Sikran, captain of the Sureki, is the third boss in the Nerub-ar Palace raid in World of Warcraft: The War Within. This is a higher than average coordination boss fight where you're going to have people in the right positions quite often. The tank mechanic is a quick 2 casts on one tank, and then you need a taunt for the third cast. The first 2 casts strip armor away from you so you can no longer tank him once you get them, and the third hit gives you a stacking debuff that's going to make that final hit harder each and every time. The main raid mechanic has 2 parts. First, 4 members are going to be pointed at by red arrows, and you'll dash between those targets, hitting them and leaving a ghostly version of them behind. On Mythic difficulty, these cannot be within 7 yards of each other or they'll pulse and kill the raid. Next up, he marks several raid members with blue arrows. Then he'll send out a shockwave at each of these players. If the shockwave hits the ghosts shatter, giving the raid a stacking debuff. This also will leave a pool on the ground that will stay there for the rest of the fight. You're going to want to use raid-wide cooldowns each time he uses this ability because the damage output of all of the shattered ghosts is significant. At 100 energy, he'll begin radiating a blue circle. Everybody needs to get out of that, and after the attack, it will do raid-wide damage and shatter any remaining ghosts. You likely don't want more than 4 ghosts shattered at the same time just due to the huge raid-wide damage from that dot. So you're going to need to manage the position of the ghosts so that the blue beam blast can clear out the 4 of them that you need to get rid of. Finally, he's going to start raining down purple swirls along the arena. These are going to follow your location, so you're going to need to keep sidestepping until this ends. This will happen during other mechanics that's going to force you out of the position that you want to be in. Those are all of the mechanics of the fight, and you're just going to be rotating through them as you slowly lose the platform. But let's talk about the actual strategy. On normal and heroic, you're going to want to tank him off to one side. Wait for the red arrows to go out, and then react to them, creating a square. Then have everybody come back into the group, and wait for the blue arrows to go out. They will react by pointing their arrows at the ghosts, killing them, and then rotating. This is just a rinse and repeat around the outside edge. On Mythic, it gets a little bit more complicated because he doesn't do them in the same order. We recommend keeping the boss in the center, and when the red arrows go out, create the same square off to one side. Then everybody's going to move in and get ready for a second set of red arrows. On the second set, 2 are going to line up with the original 4, and 2 are going to go to the outer edge right beside them. Next up, we're waiting for those blue arrows, and we want to blast only about 4 of the ghosts, 4 to 5 if you can get them. So you need to line it up so that you don't blast all of them, and instead only activate 4. 4 more red arrows are going to go out, and you want to put those beside those last 2. This will create a nice little pattern, and again, we're going to get the blue arrows, and we're going to try to blast 4 of them. That's going to leave 4 remaining. At this point, he'll do the blue circle, everyone will rush off to the one side, he will detonate the 4 remaining, and then everyone will go back to the center and then get ready to use the next section of the platform. Remember, on Mythic, you cannot have 2 of the ghosts be within 7 yards of each other, so you need to have a little bit more of a spread, and make sure to get them nice and tight on top of already exposed circles. With that, you have all the information you need to take down this boss. It's just going to come down to execution. Practice it out, and you should be able to take down Sikran, captain of the Sureki. I'm Zesty Fresh Zaza Games, and we'll catch you guys next time.